Hey guys, it's Miss DeBerry. Obviously, you can see me. So we're talking about decimals today, and I wanted to review place value, even though I know it's like kind of baby, and you see I have the place value stuff here. I just feel like I need to do this with you. So over here in the corner, you can see there's a place value chart, and the first one is ones. So I don't know if you know this, but our whole place value system is based on tens. It's actually called a base 10 system. So everything is based on groupings of tens. So the first column here, I'm going to do the ones column. I have one. I can have two. These are all single digit numbers. 3 is a single digit number. 4 is a single digit number. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, when we get to 10, though, the problem is that number takes up two decimal places. It has the 0 and the 1. Okay, so I can't write it in one column. I have to jump over to the tens column. It's going to annoy me that this is facing the other direction, but this is a whole group of 10. Once you get 10 individual ones, you change over to a 10 stick, a whole group of 10. But what happens, and so that's here, a 1 and a 0. So we have tens, we have 10 ones. Well, what happens when we get 10 tens? 10 groups of 10, each of these sticks is a group of 10. Well, when I get that many, I no longer have tens. I have to write it in 3 spots. I have hundreds. So a 0, a 1, and a 1. Okay? And I have, you guys should be familiar with the 100 square. And then if I had 10 hundred squares, I would have 1,000. That puts me in this decimal place. So going the other way, right now I've been multiplying. If I start here with the number 1 and I multiply it by 10, I now have 10. If I have a group of 10 and multiply it 10 times, now I have 100. If I have 10 100s, now I have 1,000. Okay, but if I go the other way, and I can't demonstrate this with these little thingy-bobbers, but it just goes in reverse. If I have one, actually I can do this. If I have one whole stick and I divide it by 10 people, each person only gets 1 out of 10 pieces, okay? So that's where we get 1/10 from, our first decimal place, because I'm breaking this into pieces. There's 10 pieces, and so my whole got turned into 10 tenths. Same thing, if this is my whole and I break it into 10 parts, well, it's actually going to be 100 parts. I can't pull this apart individually, but there's 100 little squares here. If I could give each square to a person, there would be 100 little tiny pieces. So we're dividing by 10. Going into our decimals, we're dividing by tens. Going into our whole numbers, we're multiplying by 10. So everything we're doing, so as we go through decimals today, everything we're doing is based on either multiplying by 10 or dividing by 10. But that is something you need to know as we're moving through working with decimals.